But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief, that thou her maid art far more fair than she, but not her maid, since she is envious. Her vestal livery is but sick and green, and none but fools do wear it. Cast it off. It is my lady, oh, it is my love. Oh, that she knows she were. She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourages it. I will answer it. I am too bold. 'Tis not to me she speaks. To the fairest stars in all the heaven, having some business, do entreat her eyes, to twinkle in the spheres till they return. What if her eyes were there, they in her head? The brightness of her cheek would shame those stars, as daylight doth a lamp her eyes in heaven. But though the airy region streams so bright, that birds would sing and think it were not night. See how she leans her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that I were a glove upon her hand, that I might touch her cheek.
Hide me.
She speaks. Oh, speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious this night being o'er my head, as a winged messenger of the heavens, unto the white upturned wondering eyes of mortals that fall back to gaze on him, when he besides the lazy pacing clouds, and sails upon the bosom of the air.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father, and refuse thy name. Or if thou wilt not, but be sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a captive.
Shall I hear more, or shall I speak at this?
But thy name, that is my enemy. Thou art myself, though not a Montague. What's Montague? It is nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. Oh, be some other name. What is in a name? What which we call a rose, by any other name, would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes. Without the title, Romeo doff thy name, and for that name which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I will never be Romeo.
What man art thou that thus be screened in night, so stumblest on my counsel?
By a name. I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to myself, because it is an enemy to thee. Had I it written, I would tear the word.
Ears have not yet drunk 100 words of that tongue's utterance, yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo, and a Montague?
Neither, fair saint, if either thee dislike.
How camest you hither? Tell me, and wherefore? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and the place death, considering who thou art, if any of my kinsmen find thee here.
With love's light wings did I o'erperch these walls, for stormy limits cannot hold love out, and what love can do that dares love attempt. Therefore thy kinsmen no lead to me.
You see thee, they will murder thee.
Alack, there lies more peril in thine eye than 20 of their swords. Look thou but sweet, and I am proof against their enmity.
For the world they saw thee here.
I have night's cloak to hide me from their sight. And but thou love me, let them find me here. My life is better ended by their hate than death prolonged, wanting of thy love.
Fortune foundest thou out this place?
By love, who first did prompt me to inquire. He lent me counsel, and I lent him eyes. I am no pilot, yet wert thou as far as the shore washed with the farthest sea, I would adventure for such merchandise.
Thou knowest the mask of night is on my face, else would a maiden blush be paint my cheek. For that which thou hast heard me speak tonight, fain would I dwell on form, fain deny what I have spoke, but farewell compliment. Dost thou love me? I know thou wilt say aye. And I will take thy word, yet if thou swearest they mayst prove false at lovers' perjuries, then say Jove laughs. O gentle Romeo, if thou dost love me, pronounce it faithfully, Or if thou thinkest I am too quickly won, I'll frown and be preserved, and say thee nay. So thou wilt woo, but else not for the world. In truth, fair Montague, I am too fond, and therefore thou mayest think my behavior light. But trust me, gentlemen, I'll prove more true than those that have more cunning to be strange. I should have been more strange, I must confess, but that thou overheardest ere I was ware. My true love's passion, therefore pardon me, and not impute this yielding to light love, which the dark night hath discovered.
Lady, by yonder blessed moon I swear, that tips with silver all these fruit treetops.
Swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon, that monthly changes in here circle orb, lest that thy love prove likewise variable.
What shall I swear by?
Not swear at all, or if thou wilt swear by the gracious self, which is the God of my idolatry, and I'll believe thee.
My heart's dear love.
Do not swear, although I joy in thee. I have no joy in this contract tonight. It is too rash, too unadvised, too sudden, too like the lightning, which doth cease to be ere one can say it lightens. Sweet good night. This bud of love, by summer's ripening breath, may prove a beauteous flower when next we meet. Good night, as sweet repose and rest come to thy heart as that within my breast.
O wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
The exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine.
Mine before thou didst request it, and yet I would it were to give again.
Wouldst thou withdraw it? For what purpose, love?
To be frank and give it thee again, and yet I wish for but the thing I have. My bounty is as boundless as the sea. My love is deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have, for both are infinite.
Madame?
Hear some noise within. Dear love, adieu. Anon, good nurse. Sweet Montagues, be true. Stay but a little. I will come again.
O blessed, blessed night, I am afeard, being in the night, all this but a dream, too flattering, sweet to be substantial.
3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. If that thy bent of love be honorable, thy purpose marriage, send me word tomorrow, by one that I'll procure to come to thee, where and what time thou wilt perform the rite, and all my fortunes at thy foot I lay, and follow thee, my lord, throughout the world.
Madame?
I come anon, but if thou meanest not well, I do beseech thee.
Madame?
And by I come. To cease thy sweet and leave me to my grief, tomorrow will I send.
So thrive, my soul.
1,000 times good night.
1,000 times the worse, to want thy light. Love goes toward love as schoolboys from their books, but love from love towards school with heavy looks.
Hist, Romeo, hist! Oh, for a falconer's voice to lure this tassel gentle back again. Bondage is hoarse and may not speak aloud, else would I tear the cave where echo lies, and make her airy tongue more hoarse than mine, with repetition of my Romeo's name.
It is my soul that calls upon my name. How silver sweet sound lovers' tongues by night, like softest music to attending ears.
Romeo!
My dear,
What o'clock tomorrow shall I send to thee?
at the hour of 9.
Not fail, 'tis 20 years till then. I have forgot why I did call thee back.
Let me stand here till thou remembers it.
I'll forget, to have thee still stand there, remembering how I love thy company.
And I'll still stay, to have thee still forget, forgetting any other home but this.
Almost morning, I would have thee gone, and yet no further than a wanton's bird, who lets it hop a little from her hand, like a poor prisoner in his twisted gyves, and with a silk thread plucks it back again, so loving jealous of his liberty.
I would I were thy bird.
Sweet, so would I, yet I should kill thee with much cherishing. Good night,
parting is such sweet sorrow, that I should say good night till it be morrow.
Sleep dwell upon thine eyes, peace in my breast. Would I were sleep and peace so sweet to rest. Hence will my ghostly father sell his help to crave and my dear hap to tell.